Welcome to the Blacknificent show here on the galaxyoftheweed.net. Are the frontline warriors? Are you there? Yes, welcome, one and all. We're here live on the YouTube, we're live on the Facebook, we're live here in the studio. Live for you. Galaxy of the Weed. There we go. We get it all the things mixed up today. All the things mixed up with the you know when you get a false start. You know when you get a false start out of the gate, right? So let's just reset. Let's just reset this thing here, right here. Okay? All right then. Blessings on the risings. This song.
The weekend was strong, yeah. Oh, love everyone. Holy in a lion land. Holy in a Israel land. Your statement time, yeah. Cause the way of Jaja is rocky and steep. So I just say that the company Jaja holy in a Zion land. naughty love, naughty love, always in a African land. Teach the youth the truth, teach them to love each other. Remember it's written down, have to know themselves. Jaja love, always in a Zion land. Naughty love, Jaja love, always in a African land. No matter what the race, color, or class you may be, Jaja love everyone. Yeah, oh Lord, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Be careful how you look your meals, young man. And please don't steal. For the truth in the Holy Bible, each reader can see the seals. Only, yeah. And as I am land, only, my friend, African land. Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love in African land. Gotta love, gotta always love African land. Oh, yeah. Holly, humble yourself in time. Humble yourself in time. You got to stand first in this time. Boy.
In anticipation of the arrival of our co-host, soon come.
A free soldier in the army. A officer in the army.
And that always the way, eh? Sending out, sending out support and blessings to my friend there who's have the business down there in Lucian Way. I know they're up in the courthouse today, and hopefully that they'll be able to allow us to continue.
Once more, do you love me? Oh, yes. Do you care? Oh, so what's more I tell you? Please leave me alone, boy.
Yes, you're welcome. Welcome to the Blacknificent show here on the galaxy of we.net. Getting myself together right here, right now. Oi, if I say upside down, me no know. Me no know. I'm just taking my time and just set myself here, right? Oh, wow. How has it been for the last 7 days? I'm seeing some excitement out here. I wouldn't even say excitement, more drama than excitement, to be honest. And then in attending as well, in support of the actions that we're taking down there in Peckham as well, you know. Why some conversations that we're having down there, and we have to address certain things. We have to address certain things, and when I say address them, I mean to say let's have an open conversation about what's happening there, right? Because it seems like every other person now them getting familiar. They start get familiar with we, right? And it's good. It's good that they can come and talk and that they can share their experience of what's happened to them. More often than not, more often than not, right? We're always hearing of obviously the negative service that they're receiving from some of these shops that they're going into, right? And then obviously as time goes on, it spreads out to other services as well, right? And I'm gonna come with an experience of my own personally as well, right? And it's not in the positive, as probably some of you would be expecting. You have a power there? Okay then. Right. It's not always in the positive, but it's one of those things that we have to highlight as well. We have to highlight it, right? And even today, when I was reviewing some of my information out there, I came across an incident, and it is, and how can I put? I just have to talk it really. It's it's associated and related to our demonstration down there, right? And I'm talking about goading certain people, right? Goading, right? Because when I saw the clip that was there, I was shocked. I was shocked. And then obviously from the reaction of the woman that was there, we are not there to be doing things like that directly. And I'm going to get graphic. I am going to get graphic with my description of what's happening there. And as you know, in the risings, we come to clear out all of the foolishness out what's out there, what's going on out there, right? Now, let me deal let me deal with this directly. Let me deal with this directly. And you may hear by my tone that I'm not joking about this morning. I'm not joking about, right? Take this very serious. We're there with a specific purpose, right? And it seems like everybody is coming there with their own personal agenda, right? Questions are being asked of us. What's happening here? How is the woman who was attacked? How is the progress? Why is this shop open? Why are they still in business? Yeah, right. We're getting all those questions bombarded at us. And even though they are bombarded at us and towards us and directed towards us, it's not all the answers that we have. It's not all the information that we have. Unfortunately, as well, a lot of it is exaggerated by reports, false reports, right, from the media, right? Yeah, and unfortunately to say, these are notarized media platforms. right? Not just the individual who just said, let me just put a comment on something, right? They're putting their mouth upon people and their business and cultures as well, right? And then that is what is being brought to the doorstep where we're standing up demonstrating about an action, right? That is what's happening. And I'm not saying this in a negative. I'm not saying it in a negative to say, boy, these people are attacking us on everything. But that is what they are carrying to bring to us. So as we try to clear up the misunderstanding, make clarity on the situation as it is, right? Then you may be interjected by somebody who just come along and they want to throw in their piece of their piece of action, what's happening and what they see, what they heard. So it goes from left to right to up to down. And you're trying to be in the middle to make sure that everything is balanced and you're moving forward. And then there are those who are come with their agenda again. To just come down, cuss down people, come down to fight down people. Right? Right? The reason why I'm smiling is because I'm not accounting I'm not dismissing myself from that either. I'm not dismissing myself from that either, right? Because I could have thumped somebody in the mouth. Anyhow. But you got those as well. And they're coming down there. And they're coming with their agenda of what they see and how they see it and how things should be. Not realizing that things have been put into motion already. Things have been put into motion already. So when you come down there to the demonstration or anything like this, you're in support of the actions that have already been taken. And act accordingly, please. Act accordingly. Why would you want to go and terrorize everybody that pass by who looks a certain way or carries themselves in a certain manner? Huh? You know how much people of all types just pass by and they're in support of us? All types. That they pass by and say, yes, they should close that down. Yes, it was wrong what was happening there. You will come there with your agenda, ensure that it's in line with what's happening there. Yes, we would love to see, a big, massive change right across the whole nation. We would love to see the attitude of certain people and certain races change towards us. We would love to see that. But hear what? What we're dealing with is something very, very, very local. So let's deal with that one piece there. And then from there, we possibly could push it towards something else. 0203 289 6504. Greetings, my sister, Sandra. Coming out. Are you hearing okay?
Greetings. Mm-hmm. I can hear. Mm-hmm. And greetings, family.
Hold on.
I can't hear you.
What's good? If I tell you what's going on here right now. Oh dear. Let me see now. Can you hear now?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right.
Greetings.
Something else, man. Something else. Wait, you're not fire up.
No, I'm good.
You're
I'm good.
good.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
good. Well, you're looking bright and right tonight.
Hey,
Tonight, you know.
it's
Today.
it's a beautiful day out.
uh,
We think beautiful, and the rain is a blessing.
uh,
Yes,
you think so?
yes.
Boy, as I felt it pitter patter upon my neck, I said, "Not today, please, not today." As I felt it pitter patter, yeah. Earlier, that's how some things work really, and then you just have to you just have to work with it,
Yes,
innit? Yeah,
yes, yes.
right. Yeah. So you know, as you know, we've been having this demonstration down there in Peckham to with the attitude and sorry attitude to the acts of that person who was working in that business there, who happens to be the business owner, right? Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. I've seen various other postings and alleged. I'm going to say alleged quotations from this person or things that he has said, right? And of course, we're gonna be dissimulating every syllable and every action and everything else, and have that presumption of what he's thinking and everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Unfortunately, he hasn't made a statement, right, to say that for he's accountable for his actions, right, and then obviously for an apology towards that sister for his
Mm-hmm.
actions,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously an apology to the community for his actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Personally, that's my measurement. That's my measurement of it, right? Whether he's in conversation with the person directly or what, I don't know, right? But as it is, and it has affected the whole of the community, right? And unfortunately for him, he needs to make that. I feel that he needs to make that action of a public apology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or through whatever means he wants to do that, right? Now, yeah, one of the things that I thought was an insult, obviously, right, was just outside the shop there. So after the weeks of us being down there, a scribbled note was put into the window. I'm going to say scribbled because it was on basically on a piece of cardboard, a scribbled note on there under new management, under new management. Now, obviously, his records, and his businesses in the public arena, so you can basically see who this person is and what his business rating is, right?
Mm.
Apparently, this man has 45 shops across the UK, right? 45 shops, right? And then a few days later, ago, he was stating that due to the actions of us one shop in Peckham, his children are only drinking bread and water. Right?
It depends on what time of the day they're drinking the bread and water, and that may be a conscious decision.
Well, yeah, well,
because that's not something that they need to do. They may choose to do it.
Well, let's say somehow it doesn't equate to the fact that this person has 45 businesses, or I would feel that he's associated with 45 businesses rather than him holding it personally outright, right? Because obviously, if there's a consortium of them, that they all buy together and all them things there, yeah, you understand, right? And then everybody eat out the one pot, you know what I mean? I can understand that, but he's saying that due to the actions of that one shop, and the lack of business that they're receiving or not receiving, that it has affected his family directly, right? Which personally, I don't think that that would be the case, because if they're working together as a consortium, then they would look for each other as a consortium as well.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't think that's a true statement anyhow, right? But that is a type of statement that is being put out there, right, from the other side of the fence. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if that's going to push us into a secure place of saying, yes, we're winning the battle and all them things there. Because some people just love to hear them type of foolishness there. And they will run with it, right? And then obviously, there will be those who will say, boy, I think we've gone too far and all them things, because it's affecting the children and all them things there, right? So it's all a ploy. It's all a ploy in one way or another. If it is true that he made them type of statement there, right? But here's the other side of it now. Obviously, we have our ongoing issue with that. This is the thing now. I'm only going to spend 5 minutes on it. The golding. And I felt disturbed by it as well, right? We're there in that direct action, in my opinion, in that direct action towards that person and his actions, right? The golding by the demonstrators. And this was one of the things that this one person, right, a sister, I'll point out that she was there on a loud hailer, and she was, saying of the situation that was happening. And then obviously there was a person that retorted towards her about, it's foolishness what you're doing or whatever. And then instead of putting the hailer down, or loud hailer down, she used the loud hailer to even bring it out even louder, right? And start verbally abusing this woman, right? The woman got so agitated that she reached inside her shopping bag, take out one of the bottle of drink, break it on the floor, and start chase this woman down with the broken bottle. We are supposed to be there to bring the community together, not agitating others to the extent that they want to come and attack us. Right? Why are we pushing it to agitate other people that they want to come and attack us? It's their choice. It's their choice if they want to go in there, purchase their items or whatever, right? It's their choice. But the fact is that they should be made aware, yes, of what happened within those premises and what could possibly happen to them. And I did say this to one of the sisters that went in there, and she came out, and I explained to her, and I said, if you was attacked, would you expect your family to come and help you? And she said yes. And I go, well, this is what's happened to this sister. She goes, oh, I wasn't aware of this, right? And this was an elderly sister, right? So whether she did or not, but still, at least she heard the message. Then it was her decision whether she wanted to come back again to use that same place. Right? And I've been hearing, right, other people says, oh, I've been coming there for years. Right? I've been coming there for years. So obviously, out of habitual habit, of course, they would be coming back. They would be coming back there, but they probably didn't even hear about some of these things, some of the things what happened there, right? But when they got there, they saw that there's a demonstration there, and we have to learn how to approach them in an amicable manner, so that they can understand what's going on, why we are there, It is a craziness, you know. So that's my little rant for this more for this morning here, right? We have to be more diplomatic in the way how we are demonstrating towards our community and towards those who are actually there to see who we are and what we're doing as well, right? But anyhow, that's how life go.
No, I,
Talk directly.
I, just in terms of how we communicate.
Mm,
So whatever, and I'll use a word, and it's a upper hand
mm,
we may have had. We lose that when you see one individual running down the street with a bottle,
mm,
a broken bottle, towards another individual, and then you think to yourself, if that's the only image that you're seeing, whatever had happened beforehand or whatever happens afterwards is slightly tainted,
mm,
because it just takes everything out of context and away from, as you said, the initial aim, which
mm,
is to highlight what happened to the sister and highlight the fact that as a community or as a group of individuals, you're coming together to say this behavior was wrong.
mm,
And you're not doing it by breaking any glass. You're not doing it by swearing, spitting, foul language, or anything like that. You're doing it by just your presence collectively. And then talking to those who are going in if they choose to, or talking to them when they're coming out if they choose to. But sometimes when we have a little bit of power,
mm.
we don't necessarily know what to do with it or how to conduct ourselves.
Mm. So true, so true, so true. Get a little bit out of hand,
Mm,
you know.
mm,
And like look, each person express themselves in any way that they or the way how they would, right? Some of us are quiet. Sorry. Some of us are quiet. Some of us are loud, right? It's not usually when I'm out there in the public eye like that I would pick up a microphone and start chat,
mm,
right? Not usually, right?
mm.
Even to do what I'm doing here right now, take me time to build up to even just have a conversation and to maintain a conversation for the period that I'm actually here. Right? As you know the journey, innit? You know the journey.
Mhm.
Right. So like, for even for that, we all have our different levels of how we engage with each other and with others as well, right? But if you're going to be there and you're going to be agitating, and the way how this person really demonstrated against this woman there, so right, she needed to be corrected from the time that she opened her with the one with the microphone, with the
Megaphone.
megaphone. Yeah, she needed to be corrected right there, so right, because that type of behavior is not needed. Them type of way how you would talk to somebody, right? Especially if they're just passing too, right? You don't want to be caught up in that, because now if the wrong person was standing there and saw that woman would get arrested straight away. You understand?
Mm,
They would have
mm,
got arrested straight away.
mm,
And if they got arrested, then that would be another issue to
mm,
deal with.
mm, mm,
Huh? Right?
mm.
But who would have been the one that caused it? I mean, some of us would say the agitator, and then the other one would say, well, it's only words. She shouldn't have done them things there.
Yeah,
Yeah?
but we've already worked out
Mm,
that words
They can hurt.
They can hurt. And this notion about them just either turning the other cheeks or sticks and stones
doesn't always work.
Doesn't work. As an adult, a conscious adult, and thinking about the words, yes, they can and they do hurt. And they may mean different things to different people unless the context is explained. So, yeah, it's not just words, but it's how someone with a megaphone chose to use her words, which was, in that context, inappropriate.
Why, I tell you, Elia. Yes, that's one of those things, because, like, as I said, I've been going down there as and when I got some spare time, right? Even if I can go down there for an hour or a few hours, just to show my support in them ways there, yeah. And as I say, with the conversations that I've been hearing and having the feedback, and I would say that even us, right, even with the interaction with other people there, or other brothers and sisters who are there, and they are listeners. They're listeners to the galaxy as well, right? That we are all representing the community when we out there, All right then. I've just got caller Nana Banso. Greetings, my brother.
Yeah, Mudubafu. Our Baba wa etia eyaya timajila kutu kutu. All of them are Jekaba. I'm listening to you this morning. I just switched on this about 5-10 minutes. I'm hearing. So obviously you're speaking about the incident that transpired yesterday. Yeah. I spoke with Sister Liz. I spoke with Brother Roy. My brother, as a man who's been on this road for a number of years, a number of decades, people can bring counterinsurgency. These people are not only selling hair products in their yard, them man that give you them things to go up on the road. You see some man are going at them shop there, and them not coming out with hair products. Them have a bag and them gone. You understand me?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you that our conduct has to be a certain way, 100%. Yeah. I'm not negate that. You understand me? However, right? So for any of us to say that when we got on there, we was on our best behavior at all times, we'll be lying. Because I myself went down there when the brother got attacked by one of the members of staff in that place. Yeah. And I went down there myself and Brother Extra. Yeah. And we got down there. We kind of let off a bit because things was a bit heated down there. Yeah. But I agree with you that we have to conduct ourselves a certain way with our own people. Yeah. There were people, cussing women and cut them up.
Exactly.
Them have weave and all them something there, right?
Yeah.
And I just say, listen, look, if the woman them want to wear weave, make them wear the weave. Just don't buy it yourself. That's all we have to say. Go somewhere else, but not this shop here. Yeah? And I'm gonna tell you something tough, right? Most of them black women who you say are wear them weave and them wig, them going home to a black man. Not for them who are wear locks and natural, a white man them are go home to. Remember me tell you.
Yeah. Just a moment, caller.
All right.
Go ahead.
You understand me? I said.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So, and sometimes the woman them who's wearing weave, they're more conscious than some of the one you see them wearing natural and wear the African thing. When you turn around, a gringo them there with, a somebody else. You understand? So yes, okay, they may wear them weave and all them things, but in our brainwash them, we still love them black man. We still have a black man. You understand me? I say. So there's that issue. However, that aside, yeah, everything that we try to do for the benefit of our community get destroyed by people who look like us.
Same. That's right.
Yeah, and we have to overstand this. So sometimes, although people have to conduct themselves a certain way, you imagine seeing young women coming here, try to talk to them and show themselves, look, a young girl, and they're trying to find an excuse
to go in there. Yeah.
They're actually arguing for the man who commit the offense. But I'm telling all of them, and remember, I tell you this: anybody that defiles that demonstration, I promise you, same thing happens to them. See them Waterloo, I go meet them.
Well,
you hear me? I say,
no,
we're there. Waterloo, I go meet them.
We're there holding the line. We're there holding the line, right? They want to cross the line, then they suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
Right?
Because when they back in the day in a strike, yeah, when man go on strike, and if you cook, what them call you? Them call you scab. Yeah, that means a traitor to the workers. Because you see, what this system is very good at, and it's their weapon of mass, the greatest weapon of. They have a few weapons of mass destruction, Yes, they have the nuclear bomb and all them things. We know that. Yeah. However, they're not too quick to use that. Not now, because other people can use it. You understand? But the weapon of mass destruction that they use all the time is divide and rule. And it works perfectly every time. Because there's always a nigger that's willing to take the money. Yeah? It's the only time my sister and my brother, you will hear me use that terminology.
That's right. Yeah,
to define one of us. Because that's what they
are.
If
the hat fit, wear it.
That's what it's the only, because you will always find one. There's never a price to pay for the betrayal in our community. And there must be a price. But when Mao Zedong took over China, and came to power, the first thing him do? He kill all the traitor Chinese them. Every one of them. No trial, just kill them. Get rid of every one of them. Now people would say, yeah, it's an atrocity and all them thing there. Yeah, but it's all right when them are kill people like that. Nobody else should do it. But look at China today. Who can mess with China? Which superpower, as far as America want go on, who can mess with China? Who can really mess with China? You know why them can't mess with? They can mess with China. But if they mess with China, China can hit them at home. You see, the thing about it is this, people like to fight war on other people's territory. You understand? But the minute somebody have the capability of attacking you at home, it becomes different. Because them can drop bombs pan we right yaso. Right yaso in a Britain, bomb can drop pan we. All the way from China.
We've experienced how they can come into your house and assassinate you straight away. Dash you out a window.
It's deal with. Yeah.
Dash you out a window.
So the problem that we've had down there, yeah, and if you've heard me speaking about it, I don't call for the woman there. I'd rather the woman them don't be there.
True.
A man see out there.
From day one. From day one.
But what happened is, you see, what happened is when we go on campaigns like this, there's not enough people to swell the ranks. Because everybody, even though we're activists, we have family, we have bills, yeah, we have to try to earn a little change. You understand me? So we can't do it every single day.
Well, that's what I said, because even with me and my schedule, I said, let me just go down there for a few hours as and when I can. You understand?
As and when you can.
That's
but
right.
You see, Brother Aston, if everybody who's listening to this radio station now, who listens to Galaxy, do what you do, that wouldn't, what happened yesterday wouldn't take place.
No.
And me to tell you. Because there's enough people to pass down there for a couple of hours or an hour Minimum of an hour we ask if you come.
True that.
That's all. No more. And if you can do more, that good. You overstand me, I say? But as the Queen said, the Empress just said, watching another black man running down another black man hitting another black man, defeats. You have two black girls attacking an elder.
Yep.
It totally defeats why we're there. And those people sit down and they laugh out. I said,
well, that's it. That's it. That's what they're doing.
When me extra go down there, Monday, you know. Me turn to people. I say, see these people, them laughing after we. They're laughing after us. Look at us here arguing with each other over the fact that one of our young Empress then got attacked. We're arguing. You're saying to me she must have done something wrong. Is that what you think of yourself? I had a big argument with a black man, you know. It looked like he must have come from Nigeria. Never deep Nigerian accent. And I was saying to him, brother, look, we're here trying to talk to you and show you something. Even if you go and come back another day. But you give these people, because I said, look, you see all these people, all of them standing there? Let me tell you something from now. It's a trouble one a day woman. Trouble one a day woman. If the all of them don't come here and chop you up. You understand? Because they got a code. What the problem is,
that's why you don't see them. That's why you don't see them working in their businesses. You don't see them.
We don't have a code.
Huh?
Yeah, we are truly suffering of the Mangamizi. It's big time. That's it. If you wanted to know what the Mangamizi is, what was the effect of the Mangamizi? Transatlantic kidnapping of Africans and enslavement. That was it. That was it. We only have power for each other. We now no power. Through badness can't transcend to anybody else. Through badness only for we.
That's so true.
Yeah, through courage and thing is only for we. But when it comes to directing it at another group of people who insult us,
don't do it.
Yeah, who attack us, we now have no strength. You understand? And I'm not talking about my generation. I'm not even talking about our generation, because we're roughly in the same generation, all of us, yeah? Because back when we were the age of that girl who got attacked, we know what would have happened to that place. Big, bad, and serious. That these people, they will become
That's
He
right.
goes, they'll be coming back in here again.
Mm-hmm. And remember,
He's made that statement already.
And remember, my brother, he's got over 40 odd shops, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the one business doesn't really affect the rest of them, because obviously, you know, what's going on in the rest of these businesses has no bearing on the overall
Mm-hmm.
thing, unless it's a nationwide blackout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Unless it's a
But
nationwide blackout.
you see for me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for me, the best thing that we do, right? When you shut one down, you know, once you shut one down, you got them. Yeah, you got them. You got to shut one down. You got them. You understand me? You got shut. You got you have to do things in time. We know that we haven't got the resources and the manpower to do everything. But what we do, we start this up. Do this up, we'll move on to the next one. You understand me? Yeah. That is how we have to move it. Yeah? And as I've said before, I don't hate them, because they've set up business. Because we have been dumb enough to allow them to set up the business. You see what I do? What I don't like is it's not even them, it's our people. They behave like some little slaves, run there smiling up with them. Just buy something and come out of the people them shop. You know? You're there keke with them and all them something there. But you can't talk to their woman them like that. You can't, I'm telling you. You cannot.
They will hide them, you see.
With them woman in that way under no circumstances. Yeah? Before you hear say our head get chopped off. You understand me?
It's true. It's true.
But
It's true. Okay, let me just put a scenario to my sister in here, right? Right, and it is surrounding that. It is surrounding that. How many Asian women do you actually know? Do you feel that you know? Personally,
probably less than on my one hand, whether it be left or right.
And those are entrenched in the Asian culture.
Yeah.
Would you say
less than?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, when I'm asking you this question, right? Are these the type that are, as we would say, westernized, or are they still within the Asian culture?
Depends on how you define as westernized. Because,
like, for instance, if we had an event, they would come to our events, or they socialize in general,
in general, I'd say within the Asian culture.
Within the Asian culture. Okay, let me push the boat a little bit.
I'll reframe that and say westernized. As in, they will go to events outside of the Asian culture.
So would you say that those would be the type that would be entertain a mixed relationship then?
No, I still say that there's going to be a line that's drawn.
Is there any specific reason you would say that?
I can't say of any specific reason other than the culture being what it is, and the strength of the culture means that even if you digress, you're not going far, because there are elements of how far you go against the culture in terms of what you would do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, then. All right. Because, it's one of those things, is that, what if you get to know somebody within their cultural environment, right? They do react completely different around their own. Yeah. And then obviously, being the mix, like, for instance, London. London is a scary place for a lot of them. It's a scary place because all of a sudden they haven't got that blase freedom, as what they would say, to be who they want to be. Yeah, because it's a multicultural society, you know, and obviously some of them man there, and this is why I would my thing with this incident. Some of them man there have no idea of how to interact with anybody outside of their culture and the practices within their way of how they live, and I won't even say their beliefs, right? But the way how they live can be very extremely demeaning towards other people, let alone those within their own family. Because they say women have certain role, man have certain role, and elders and everything else. Yeah. So like in that way there, it doesn't transmute to have that interaction with others, because outside of that, you are seen as below all that as well. They will never see you as equal to say, oh, come to my home and sit down and enjoy my company. Right. It would never it's very rare I've actually heard of anything like that. Yeah. So these things happen. These things happen. Yeah, thank you, Brother Bonsu, for allowing me to allow our sister Sandra to come in on that one there. You want
No. If you conducting the show, my brother, thank I give thanks for you allowing me to speak. You know, we when you don't have your own institution within other societies, you're susceptible to cultural invasion. Yeah, and what do I mean by cultural invasion? I mean, what happens is the popular culture takes over your culture. Have your children then in a society that going out, you see the ins and outs of it. Adopt. It's very powerful. They control the television, they control, when what knowledge goes in your head because they have you from primary school right up until secondary school. And if you go college and university, there's a whole other scenario. Images all over the place. Success is always mission. And so you have a very hard our children leave.
I don't know why your line seems to be breaking up right now. I mean, I know why.
I've been having problems with my line for a little while now. So
okay.
Better?
I can hear you, but it's just coming in and out now. Whereas before it was clearer earlier on.
Yeah, I apologize.
Don't worry. It's going to be true.
Reach a certain age, they leave our home in the morning. Actually,
come on now. Where's the line? The line is dropping right out now.
You're coming and going.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yeah. All right, try again. Try again, please.
Our children, certain age, so say from the ages of 4, our homes, and to on average about 7 o'clock in the morning. Parents have to go to school, work, go work, and they see them till if it's nursery, we don't see them until when they first start 1 o'clock, and then it becomes 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, And then when they go secondary school, we don't see, when they go primary school, we don't see them until probably 4 o'clock. All of that time, they're out of our hands. So secondary school now.
The best part of the day.
So secondary school now, the entire day, you might as well say. Coming from work, you get to speak to them. It's 6 o'clock. Food have to cook and all them thing. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? You have to do the chores on the house. These different things. You don't have time for them to download to you. I'm saying to you, you multiply that, multiply it by 52.
And that's the whole life gone.
Until they're 16, 18. So the cultural them periods, because the generation before us and us, for our children them to have some kind of to get a certain kind of like for certain rights, done that, a bit more comfortable for our children. Children believe the system works, not realize that we were the one that fight for it. Same. But those stories are not told. Few, so you might afflicate your child, I might do. But in terms of the percentage of our community, most of them don't know that story and don't want to know it. Because they, and then, on the television, Channel 5, Channel 4, there's loads of black doing all kinds of things on telly now. You understand? So they think they have a right.
Listen,
the content of what they're doing.
I've been
culture.
Yeah. Right. Listen. We've come to the midday point now, right? And as you know, we do our midday meditation period here, right here.
Yeah. Give on.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, that's our brother, Nana Bonso, right? Putting his piece onto what has happened there in the Peckham demonstration, right? Boy, one of those moments in life. Anything you want to share, my sister, before we go into the midday meditation?
Other than the fact that it just encouraged the family just to take time out, because a lot of what's been said so far may have raised the spirit, and may allow you or make you, or you may be feeling anxious, angry, frustrated, worried, any of those emotions. But take this time out just to quieten those thoughts and to slow those thoughts down and just enjoy the quiet and the silence.
Mindfulness.
Yes.
Mindfulness comes to my mind here, right now. Mindfulness. Let me talk a piece about the mindfulness, and you can push your piece in it too. Right? Mindfulness means that you just focus directly. It's like bringing your focus to not only the pinhead, but bringing your focus to the pinpoint, and then allowing yourself to expand from that point to the infinity of your mind progress. We talk about this because we're going to be moving into a discussion, and we're talking about freedom. This is the theme that we're carrying through for this month here. Mental well-being and freedom, right? It's one of the things I want to touch on this strong. The strength of those who do practice the moment of silentness, of the inner voice, quietening the inner voice, right? These are the things that we acquaint ourselves with the abilities that we have. I know that growing up as being a teenager, you go through that transition into the manhood, and then your bodies and hormones and everything just seems to be helter skelter. Nobody knows what I'm going through. Boy, why am I feeling all this type of things? And my body is just doing strange things to me, right? Oh, it says on the television that I can be free to express myself. Oh, I saw it on YouTube or online or on one of them. Is it TikTok and what's the other one that my daughter told me the other day? What friend or something? Anyhow, it's one of them app things there, right? It was out of my reach anyhow. And she had told me say why it's just freedom of expression. I said okay, all right, but there's certain standards that say I don't deal with. And she said yeah, as it is, as they do. But you know what? Knowing thyself is the main core part of who you are. Knowing yourself, being comfortable within yourself, knowing that you have a very strong abilities within yourself, and it's for you to enhance them for yourself as well, right? So even as we go through this midday meditation, although it's not a guided meditation, but just allow yourselves the time to just enjoy the journey, and whatever comes up in your thoughtfulness or even in your thoughts as you go through this, and you feel like there's all sparks of inspiration, then allow that to be your motivation or your momentum to your next level. Right. So without further ado, let's go into our midday meditation on this strong here. And as we do, we start with the power of our breath. So we take the deep breath and we slow our pace down and into that translucent state.
You're a silhouette of splendor. I'd love to remember. Oh, it helps me through these hours I spent away from you. People wonder how I do it. Oh, it ain't nothing to it. These gentle thoughts of you makes it all worth going through. You gave me a special kind of feeling. Makes it so easy. And concentrate on you. Concentrate on you. Yeah. Oh, it takes separation to bring appreciation. I wanna thank you for all the love. The secret lies within our minds. The love we share and the time that binds helps me concentrate on you. Concentrate on you. Yeah. Concentrate on you. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. The secret lies within our minds. The love share the time. Concentrate on you. Ah, yeah. Concentrate on you. Concentrate on you. Oh, yeah. Concentrate on you. Concentrate on you. Yeah. 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 Do you remember when I used to come by and pick you up to take you out? We had a love call. Yes, we did, girl. And it went something like this. And that was our little call. And the distance I heard you say. And I say, that's my sweet baby. That's you know what would always make me sit down. Concentrate on you. Ah, yeah. Concentrate on you. Concentrate on you. Yeah. I got something I want to tell you. I've got something I want you to know. I'm in love with you, darling. It's so good to me. And I feel that you need me. It's so plain to see when I'm changing myself, your tenderness sets me free. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, get it up, get it up, get it up, get it up, oh, oh, oh. You just do everything like nobody else. And I need you beside me. Yeah. I want to give you myself. If I hurt you and you feel bad, your loving ways makes me sad. I feel, yeah. It's we'll have each other. I love you, baby. I keep feeling you. Ah, yeah, yeah. I'll be the tree. Every single day, baby. I keep feeling you. I keep feeling you, baby. Baby. Every single day, baby. After tonight before, when all the fun is over, would you not want me more? I want you in the worst kind of way. I like to didn't want you to stay. Somebody and you can come to think about it. And what I think about you, think this is right. But what if I'm not right? Will you be? Will you even care? I know it's now. happens when all of the fun is over? You not always no. Ooh, baby. I know what you're feeling. Oh, I know what we are doing, and we both should know. It's like it's real. Oh, will you feel that? Will we say right oh, yeah. What happens later? Master told me one day I'd find peace in every way, but in search for the clue, wrong things I was bound to do. Keep my head to the sky for the clouds to tell me why. And I grew strength not to tell me, and I repent. And he said, he said to the sky, He gave me the will to be free, purpose to live with reality. And I found myself never alone, just as to make me strong. Step right up, be a man, 'cause you need me to understand. So I think, yeah, it makes atmosphere. Ooh, can you make your hand to the sky? So the clouds gave me the will to be free. Purpose to live is reality. Ooh, when I found myself never alone, chances came, they came to make me strong. Hey, step right up, be a man. Ooh, you need faith to understand. Also, what you say, you to hear, head and faith. I can feel. Keep your hands. Do you remember the love that we once had? If I had the chance to love you again, I'd make your heart forget I was ever there. If we forget the past, I know this time love will last forever, for always. Yeah. I'm not coming home anymore. Doesn't matter, no, no. If I had the chance to hold you again, I'd fill your heart with joy, make you remember I'm the only one for you. Yes, throw the bad memories. Make this the first day of our forever. I'd be a fool to ever change. If he says he loves the way I am, ain't that right? I'd be a fool to ever change. If he says he loves me just the way I am, it's gonna be starting here, starting now. Forever or always. Do it for the ones you love. Yeah. Forever, forever, always. Keep it right there, keep it right there. There. Oh. Forever or always, for love. Forever for always, for love. Say that with me, oh. Forever for always, for love. Break it down so I can hear the children say. That's all right. All right. Somebody got happy with their part. Come on with it. Forever, for always, for love. One more time. Yes. One more time. For love. Come on and play this guitar.
Okay. Midday meditation this strong. I love her. I love Layla Hathaway. Love it. The sister Sandra, good. Yeah.
Just allow the music just to feel the rhythm.
All right. We move into our next section now. ancestral voices. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Let's start our freedom countdown. Right? We got a few hours. Okay. Let's start with our ancestral voices, though. Ah. Let's go. Let's go. Q. Q. Ancestral voices. Ancestral voices. The journey of the freedom begins. It begins with our minds, with our desires, with our impetus of life. That's it. I don't get disturbed again as we move forward into our conversation here. I'm joined here by Sister Sandra. Hello, Sister Sandra. Where you go?
Greetings, family.
Here we go. Here we go. Go ahead.
Greetings, family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put your ears on, then you know where you're at, or we know where you're at.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. All right. Yeah. So we're going into our next part of our conversation: mind soul connection.
Mm-hmm.
The mind and soul connection. Which part you want first? Mind. Let me say. Anyhow, we was obviously having a little chat on the side here. Actually, look, just share that thing that you were talking about there with the written aspect of it, because part of this also is self-expression, right? And if you are listening, I want you to message me to see if this is a good idea, right? If it's a good idea, right? So it's 079 47 479 219, right? And I literally want you to just text me if you feel this is a good idea, right? Anyhow, go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
There's a Commonwealth Short Story Prize for 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So that prize is open for submission until the 1st of November. So apologies, I should have mentioned this before.
Mm-hmm.
The prize is free to enter and is open to any citizen of a Commonwealth country aged 18 and over. And it's awarded for the best piece of unpublished short fiction between 2,000 and 5,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
So the submission should be made on an application form and is submitted online. So if you are interested, you can send your emails to, or you can just literally in your local search engine, put up the Commonwealth Foundation.
Let me just see if I can. Let me see if I can do this live. Okay. Let me just see if I can do this live. All right. Let me just see. All right. So you want the
Commonwealth Foundation.
It's got a new thing, yeah?
They're an agency for civil society and they support people's participation in democracy and development. They do a Commonwealth Short Story Prize. So there is, when they talk about prize.
All right. Foundation, yes.
Commonwealth Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So just click on that in your search engine.
All right. So it's
so they, from a headings point of view, you may come up with grant streams, about us, jobs opportunity,
open grants call,
and Commonwealth Short Story Prize.
Okay, let me just put that in the search engine as well. All right. All right. All right. Short story.
Short story.
Yes. There we go. It's there. It does exist. Okay, people.
Yeah. In terms of, so prizes are awarded regionally, and then there's an overall prize.
Mm-hmm.
So
there you go. Right. It's all there.
The winner of last year's prize, which I do know, and he lives in Jamaica, but he has lived in the past in the UK, worked in the UK, studied in the UK, but is currently living in Jamaica. But the last year's winner, his story was based on a historical fact of around America. And we often hear from an American point of view, from a history point of view, we often hear, or we've heard from a, let me find his name and just see in terms of last year's winner, because I was intrigued with his story. He says that he found out some facts from an American point of view and done some additional research and wrote a story based on that. But yeah, and one of the reasons why, because we've all got stories in us.
Yes, definitely.
And at between 2,000 and 5,000 words, in old speak, that's what 2,000 words is.
About 3 pages.
3 pages of A4.
What's that?
It's about 3 pages, 3 pages of A4 lined paper. Back in the day when we used to write on lined paper rather than type on a typewriter. But yeah, if you have a story in you, and I shouldn't have said if, you do have a story in you, give it a go.
And it could just be the beginning of something, you know, right? Remember, a short story is only a scene, isn't it?
And that's it. It's a taster. The last year's winner was Kwame McPherson. So he's a Jamaican writer, and he won the overall winner of the short story prize. And his prize, or the winning story, was OC Interwaves. So it's a Caribbean folklore and stories from Africa, America history. It centers on an exhausted driver who is pulled over by the police on a lonely road outside OC. And as he hears about the terrible history,
Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on ahead.
And as he hears about the terrible history of the town, he also rediscovers a connection with his own past.
Oh, what? They found a tree that his family was hanged on?
No, that town is one of those towns.
Sundown town?
No, a very prosperous black town in America that was destroyed.
Okay. Oh, one of those towns.
One of those towns.
The thing is, we always hear about the one place that was destroyed, but there was many places that was attacked at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's found not the one that we often hear about, Black Wall Street, etc., etc. And those parts of the American history, he found another area of the American history and wrote a story on that.
Well done. You see, there's a reason behind all these meditations, you know, right? You must learn to do some self-expression as well, right? What sparked the conversation around this?
I can't even remember what sparked the conversation.
You see,
but it was we were talking whilst the midday meditation was going on.
I am working so hard on this sister, you see, right? She don't even realize the powers that is happening here. Okay, I'm going to share with you. It's called the expression, the self-expression, right? So when I was stating India, go into the journey, and at the end of it, tell us your story. Yeah. So that ignites whatever is in your mind at the time. Yeah. So therefore, by you telling us your story, or speaking your story, or writing your story down, or whatever comes to you, it's your form of expression. Obviously, you was doing the literary journey, and then you share that. Yeah. Okay.
So. Well, there is a quote in terms of in terms of cemeteries are filled with stories that have never been told.
Exactly. 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 Actually, you're saying that I might actually enter this one myself and just put one of my transcripts down
Yeah,
for one of my thing in it.
yeah, because like I said, it's between 2,000,
Close it,
5,000 words. Closing date the 1st of November. So
No,
you've
no.
still got
All grants.
no, not the grants.
Oh, not the grants.
So it's the short
closing
story.
dates. It's got it on here.
Yeah,
I just
1st of
read it.
November, and it
Mhm.
gives it as a Pacific Standard Time. So it may say the 2nd of November, but don't get fooled.
Yeah,
As long as you hand it in from a UK 1st of November time, you will
it says
be.
second. It
You'll
says
be.
second. Yeah.
Yeah, but it gives a
Specific.
PST or
Yeah.
ET or one of those Americanized time zones. But definitely worth it if you've got a short story there, 18 and above.
Mhm.
Go for it.
And trust me, get somebody 18 to put your story in. But make sure they read it first, just in case questions are asked. What?
The prize is a monetary prize if
Yeah,
you are the winner. So
yeah,
Kwame McPherson, it was a monetary prize.
Mm.
And if there's other things that you want to do on the back of writing, in terms of getting your story out there, getting yourself out there, that's a very good platform to use. Why not?
Yeah. We should take advantage of all our opportunities. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even though it's there and they say, "Oh, citizen of the Commonwealth," but still, let's put it out. Let's put it out there, because if they don't know, then they don't know, isn't it? Right. So let's put it out there and let's get our things right. So it's 2,000 to 5,000 words.
Yep.
Right. Unpublished short fictions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else?
Well, it's the Commonwealth short story.
Right.
Prize.
Let me say the overall winner will receive £5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And the regional winners will receive £2,500. So you could get £7,500 to be a superstar. Right. That's so. Okay. Right. Let's get back to our thing there. Freedom, mental well-being, or well-being. I won't even say mental well-being. Let's say well-being and freedom. Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm combining both of them this strong is because the material that I've been covering over the last few days, and I will share with you a personal journey as well. I was sharing with our sister Sandra earlier. Spiraling. I had a few days of where I was just vegetated on the couch. There were those days when you just say, "Cha, don't want to do nothing." Right? You just get up and do the bare minimum, if that. And in doing that, recognizing and realizing that the spiral that I was putting myself into. Okay. In doing that, I said, right, let me just get up and just do something, go somewhere, do whatever. Push myself. So, yes, I pushed myself and I came out because I was inspired to go and support those who were on the demonstration. In doing that, I had the interaction with others, listeners of the station as well. And I am very, very grateful to the listeners out there in that way. That's so too. Right. And also in my mind, I'm also like when I go on my power walks, I see many a person around. So I could go for a power walk at like 5 a.m. in the morning. And it's dark. It is dark now. But even at 5 a.m. in the mornings here, I am seeing people who are lounging on park benches, right? There are people who are ambling around. there are those who are on their way to work because they're even walking faster than me, right? But there are quite a lot of us who are out there 5 a.m. on the way to work as well. And I will make this note as well. Maybe it's the area that I'm living in New Cross Peckham area, but they don't look like the other side of the fence. Let's put it that way, right? And those buses that are passing by, they seem to be more dark than light. Okay, so these are the things that we need to note as well. Anyway, but I'm seeing homeless people, literally homeless people, men and women, right? And I see them daily, daily. And even as you see them, you can recognize the persons who are just walking aimlessly around in your area, right? You know that there's a tent society in most areas, right? There's a tent society, so that by 6 a.m. a lot of them pack up their tent and they're on the road, they're on the moving as well, right? So these are the things that a lot of us are facing at this particular time. And when I say the spiral of also those who are being displaced from their homes, from their work, from their place of employment, yeah, from their families, where they've lost their homes and they've had to move to other areas. The impact of what happens there. We're talking about freedom here. We're talking about freedom. So how do you come from that to freedom? Right. I know I'm just throwing this at our sister here, so I'm gonna see if she's got a reaction to that as it stands at the moment. Do you have a reaction to that?
So for me,
Mm,
coming from, because to some degree, would I say I am free?
mm,
And I am, and I feel that I am,
mm,
but it's but for the grace of God, Jah, the higher being,
mm,
that I am not one of those individuals that is making use of the park bench.
mm,
So, and what do I mean by that? What's my understanding of that? That's in terms of how am I nourishing myself? So, I'm not talking about the food per
mhm,
se, I'm talking about mentally, to keep myself alert
mhm,
so that I can make changes within that will impact the change outside. So unless I can, and I have the strength of the conviction inside, so from a freedom point of view, or from a having clear plans, goals, aims, direction, you may call it how you call it,
mhm,
from having that internally, the universe, being a friendly universe, will want to support me. It will want to ensure then that I may end up on the bench, but then do I have to live on the bench or stay on the bench?
mhm, mhm,
I need to then have that strength of internal conviction to get off of the bench
mhm,
and recognize then that the bench was a stopping space. It was a pit stop. It wasn't the final destination.
mhm,
So that's my understanding, overstanding, recognizing that
mhm,
it can flip, but more often than not, my perception is that individuals wouldn't say they woke up one morning and chose to go there.
mhm, mhm.
And in not making that choice consciously, something has happened unconsciously or subconsciously that has meant that that's where they are. So how have they been able to manage that area of their mind?
Well, this is the journey that we have to investigate right now, because there are brothers and sisters who are literally on the cusp of being in that position, right?
Mm.
They are also probably, some of them are even actually working a full-time job, but they're just feeling that, you know what, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Yeah. And even in their position of being exhausted, right, they are ready to just sit down and just say, you know what, I've had enough now. Right. Age is another thing, you know, that that all of a sudden can hit you. You know, you could have one slip up. I say one slip up, you could just fall ill for a period of time, and you just never get yourself back on track. In other words, back up to full speed again. Right? These are the type of things that can help, that can hinder us, you know, to be in that free state of mind. Right? Jokingly, I say jokingly, overhearing a conversation the other day, and we're here on Galaxy, and we always like targeting and focusing on the African element. Yeah. So therefore, there was a conversation that I heard the other day, is saying, boy, I just want to go home and just have a little farm, so I can just grow some crops and things, and just relax and do that. And then the person who was over, or he was speaking to, right, he said in retort to him, he said, listen, at my age, I ain't plowing no land. What do you think my back is going to be doing? It could be broken already. I'm too old to be plowing land. He goes, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You know? And it made me chuckle, because some of us still have this youthful vigor in our mind. But in reality, in reality, that sun will bust anybody's back. You understand? So, but it's that thought of just being able to just do that, to be in a position that you are able to just go and live and do these type of things.
So two things that just came to my mind there is, we often count ourselves out even before we've had the conversation has landed. So in one person saying to the other, whether it was a joke or otherwise, I ain't going back. All that their subconscious is hearing, I ain't going back. So they could have been going back and working with others who would be prepared to plough the land, who would be able to reap the corn or whatever the provision is.
That's right.
But they've already just told their subconscious that they ain't going back. So that means effectively they're saying that they're going to stay here regardless of. And sometimes staying here isn't necessarily the best thing for them. And that could be from a weather point of view, that could be from a food point of view, that could be from a health point of view. There could be many reasons, but staying here may not be the best thing for them. But that's because of what they've said, that's where they will end up. And it's just having that imagination, having that wider thought, whereby you can say, if the opportunity arises, yeah, I'm going to go.
And we play all different parts. We all play different parts, because you might end up just be supervisor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know how many families could actually be fed of you just supervising. So never count yourself out of this freedom vision and freedom life that you are actually looking for as well, right? I know that our brother has shared with us on many occasions, his journey, his experience, right? And there's no reason why we can't have our own, no?
Well,
And I was inspired also a few days ago. I was in a text conversation with somebody who's over there on the African continent. The ups and downs of being there and trying one thing or another, and everything is just not balancing at this particular time. But the potential and the opportunities are so readily available that it gives you the chance to actually start again. Yeah. Pick up and start again. you know so in many ways, you don't have to do it by yourself. You can pick and choose if you wish to invest, or if you wish to do it by yourself, or do it as a family, or whichever way works for you. But we have to be on this freedom mindset. I feel that we need to do that anyhow.
Well, I'd agree with that, because that's important in life, in terms of the direction that we are going. So we talk about yes, we recognize Black History Month, currently in the month of October. In the past, we've spoken about the Windrush generation. And I know that when I went to Auntie Jean's cultural market on Sunday gone,
yeah.
The brother was referring to the generation that came over in the 60s, and the occupations that the individuals, the brothers and sisters, took. But a number of them, and we know a number of them, would have said they will only have been here for a time called 5 years, and then they were heading back. So they saw the UK as an opportunity, the Canadas and the Americas as an opportunity for them to earn an income that would help support them and their families back home. And they wanted to do that as a conscious, like they saw that as important. Just because we're over here and we've had the benefit, whether it be good, bad, or otherwise,
of generational living.
Yeah. We'd be unwise to give up on our own freedom thoughts and our own journey by just saying, okay, we're here now and we're settled, because we are settling for less than what we are worth individually and collectively.
Exactly. One of the other things I want to just put in before I bring in our caller, right, is that age is only a number, right? As long as you can do, pick up, move, or even think, right, you can be useful. Right? Because the society use you and throw you away. Even they are changing their attitude towards longevity of working life now. I think they've extended it to 72 or something like that.
72, 73, one of those two numbers.
72, I think it is, right? They've extended it to 72 before you can get your pension, right? The things that they take your money for, and then they go live their lavish life with, and then they say, all right, then let me give you a piece of it back now. Yeah. And then even then they want to resentfully give it to you. I heard a report this morning say that they've been since the 70s, that they've been shortchanging people in their pensions. Right? So in other words, the little piece that they've been giving you, they haven't even been giving you the full amount. And they're talking about billions, right? has been shortchanged for those who have received pensions, and they say they're gonna compensate for those who have missed out over the years. Yeah. So anyhow, I don't think I'm going to be getting that catchment, but still, we only can hope and pray that I get a little piece of that still. Anyhow. Yes, right. We have a
Do
caller.
we have a caller?
Yes, we do.
Will
Yes,
you
we
bring
do.
them on?
Let me bring the volume up. Greetings, brother Akram.
The grand rising to you, Brother Heston, and the grand rising to our sister Sandra.
Greetings,
Yeah.
greetings, brother.
Yeah, I just missed the last part of the show a little bit, but what you all are talking about, from what I understand, is the situation of many of our people here who is afraid to go to Africa or to even back to the Caribbean and so on and so forth, and stay here suffering. And earlier I was thinking about the situation of what we're giving up on. And, when we look at the economy of Africa, and to show how badly the state that we're in, is that Africa is a continent of over 1 billion people working on an economy less than India, right? Working on an economy less than India, just a little bit more than Japan. Japan with 150 million people, and we with over 1 billion people. It shows you how, and despite that is taking into consideration of the Arab areas and the European areas, right, which is Ethiopia, not Ethiopia, we're talking about Egypt and Morocco and Algeria and all those places, the oil and so forth, and which are fairly well, they're a bit slightly wealthier than many of the other countries within the middle, same as South Africa. So if we're only working on over $6 trillion, could you imagine the poverty of the rest of Africa? And as I said, a continent that we're the richest continent, we have the ability, and yet still we're the poorest. We're in such a poor state. That as I said, looking at that over 1 billion people living on $6 to $7 trillion, right? Here in Germany, 80-something million people, they're living on over $4 trillion. So it just shows how far away we are, and what our people are giving up on. Because I don't understand the nature of many of our youngsters here. They don't seem to have the spirit of our forefathers, especially those ones who came here. Because, the ones who came here was pioneering, to seek better or to look for greater opportunities or whatever. And here, our people, our youngsters are not willing to challenge themselves to say, hey, wait a minute, here's a continent that I can probably, become a billionaire if it's there. The opportunity is there. There's so much opportunities is there that you don't know what you can become.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't know what you can become, but the opportunity is there. Very few people, and I'm not saying they can't, but you'll be lucky for many of us here to become billionaires or billionaires. Well, some will be millionaires, but not up to billionaires stand. You know what I'm saying? And it's just too much potential. I was writing out something, and I'm looking at because they asked me to drop a paper for the financial structure, procedure for the Pan-African movement. And I'm saying, well, there are just so much opportunity. And you have to mention just now about like the farming. And one of the areas that I look at, especially in farming, right, unfortunately, and you probably see it in Jamaica, a lot of the youngsters, because they've gone to schools, university, and so forth, they're going into offices. They don't want to get their hands dirty and so forth. So they give up on the land.
Yeah.
And you still have the older people who are still working on the land, doing what they can. And they don't have the strength like they had when, 20, 30 years ago. They don't have that strength. So what I'm saying is, like, even from us as diaspora, going back there, that's a big, big opportunity. Like saying, if we could go there and set up the tractors, right? Put up the tractors. We said to the people, look, we will plow your land for you. You don't even have to buy the land. Keep your land. We will plow your land for you. And this is something that can easily be done by many of our people, because the people there, they don't have the facilities to buy tractors and other things like that. But one tractor can plow many lands in a day. You follow what I'm saying, right? And this can make it so easy for the farmers to cultivate and do their thing. But again, as I said, the market. Because I remember when I went on safari, in fact, our leader of the ACU, he just went on safari yesterday in Tanzania. And but when I went on safari at the Angora equator up in place there, and the guide was telling us, look, see over that mountain there, there's so much food, and the people, they have to burn. They after they farm, they have to burn the crops because they don't have anywhere with us to get it to the market, neither to store it. Could you imagine that? So as I pointed out before, but the situation of Africa is not food. The situation is the distribution of food. And that can be so vitally important to us, especially us who's going back in the diaspora. Pooling our resources together and setting up the market like that, just to say, well, okay, look, madam, look, you farmers, we will plow your land for you. This is the positive way that we will work with you. We'll plow your land, and we'll also be looking at the markets of where we can sell your goods. And at the end of the day, when the crops are big, you can pay us the money from the crops then for us plowing your land and continue like that. And it could be big and huge, It can be very big and huge. And it's something I learned from my country, because as I said, back in the day, and this is back in the 60s, my country, what they used to do is the government would come and plow the land. And when you reap the crop, that's what the government would do. You then pay the government then.
One of the things, brother Akram, right? I know that we've had discussion on many occasions, and the mind is to get those with the mindset of freedom, right? Because some of us we how can I put it now? We get tired. We get tired, man. Right? We're going through life, and obviously the finish line seems to be keeping moving. Because I'm sure that many of us have thought to ourselves, "Why I wouldn't see myself at this time of life, right? And why I'm still trying to get across the line, right?" And the thing is that there are those that I know personally that have gone across the line. They've been there. They're out there. They're doing what they need to do, right? And to be honest, not everybody is having a great time, but they're on the other side. They're on the other side. They're out there, And even those who have shared when they call into the galaxy, right, to say, look, it can be done. It can be done, right? So, in many ways, the journey is still possible. Journey is still possible. And it's not only to the African continent. It's not only to the African continent. It's to put ourselves in a position of where we feel that we are respected and appreciated. Yeah? And when I say respected and appreciated, a place where we can get our true value of what we are worth. How many of us have wasted a whole lifetime being underpaid, underutilized with our skills? Yeah? How many of us have gone through that treadmill of being overlooked for promotion? These are the things that I'm looking at for our well-being, right? And I'm going to tell you as well, it does affect our health. Some of us are prematurely, right, sick and dying prematurely because of our state of our well-being. Because that might just be the journey that we need for our freedom as well. Yeah?
Well, most certainly. As you rightly say, I mean, I can't explain the life I live back in Africa. You know what I mean? Because, as I said, we go with the times, right? It's not about exploiting anybody or whatever, but the fact is you go along because there's a wage structure over there, right? So I say, well, because I'm getting £10 an hour here, I go to Africa, I'm going to pay the guy £10 an hour. No, it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he can get on a bus for maybe 10 pence, right? Here, you get on a bus, costs you £2 something. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different structure. I mean, they have not yet arrived at the level of where we're at in the context of wages. I mean, even the government does not pay people much money. You get more wage. The wages is higher in the private sector. And as I said, many of the Indians that you see here, they are utilizing the situation in their country, Pakistanis and so forth, because of the cheaper labor over there. Because they can say, well, you know what? I want to sell this. I can go to India and I can get it made for this. And when I come here, I make great profit. So why is it that our people are not taking the same advantage about the situation in Africa? You understand, right? Hey, man, I want to make some jeans or something. Let me go down there, get some people to make the jeans, and I bring back here and sell it. I mean, as I said, all these things I have because I remember that my stepfather used to wear a suit because he was working in the UN, and he never wear a suit like jacket and tie and so forth. He always wear that the African safari suit, that sort of thing, that or something African. And even when he was in Geneva, the people used to mock him because when they go to the big meetings and so forth, he turn up in his African attire,
Who was that politician from Tottenham who used to do that?
Bernie Grant?
Bernie Grant.
Yeah.
He used to turn up in the House of Commons with his outfit on, did it? And also occasionally Boateng. Boateng used to do that as well, did it?
So anyway, the guy who used to was mocking him, you coming with this cheap clothes and everything. And this is going back 20 years ago. And he was paying nearly £1,000 for that suit that he was wearing. It's probably more expensive than the suit that the African attire that he was wearing was paying nearly £1,000 then for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying it's a beautiful suit, and if I can get people to make it, surely you can make it a lot cheaper than that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've had it made and I bought it, and many people, why? You look at that suit there, right? But unfortunately, the quality of sewing was not as good as where my father-in-law my stepfather used to make his clothing. But what I'm saying is, if we get, I've always been looking and saying, boy, if I can get somebody to sew just as good as that, I would take it up.
Because it's like when I used to go to Ghana on a regular basis, we had a tailor for the family, and I used to come back with some outfits from there, and it was so skilled I could literally give him the image of what I wanted, and within 4 or 5 days I have the item right there, so that's the type of thing that he would actually be able to do for me, and even now I still wear some of the outfits then, I still wear them, and very proudly as well, so yeah. So if you see me, say that it's my brother Chum from Ghana who made that for me. Yeah. This is Sandra.
No, it's one thing that's been said. Oh, sorry. Yeah, one thing that was said earlier on was in terms of millionaire or the mindset. And once you start dismissing that mindset, then we're only looking at a small mindset. And my reasoning is, why are we going to limit ourselves to saying, okay, well, it's not me. Why talk ourselves out of the game? We're still in it. So there's no reason why any of us can't be millionaires. That comes to the mindset. But then when you're talking
about, it's never too late.
And it's never too late. And it's not about marking the lottery or anything like that. This is about what you can do for yourself and within your community. So it's what happens internally, again, which will affect the external. The other thing that was said was around going back to Africa or the Caribbeans, and the young people not necessarily wanting to dirty their hands. Now, I remember my mother would always had said in the past that she wasn't going to dirty her hands and wasn't interested in going to ground and digging up the yams and the cocoa and etc. But she was very happy to carry the bananas to market in order to sell the bananas, in order to get some additional income.
Each person plays their own part in it.
And that's the thing. It's not necessarily whether or not the young people are prepared to or want to get their hands dirty. It's what part are they going to play in the bigger picture for their freedom.
Right. We have a new caller on the line. 1363.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yep, I can hear you.
All right, good. I'm not gonna keep too long, but I'm just kind of responding to the earlier caller, Nana Bonsu.
Okay.
And he spoke about like and yourself. You talk about the incident in Peckham.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The influx of certain communities are taking over certain communities. Yeah. I just want to mention two news articles. Yeah. If you permit me, two individuals. Yes. One person is called Charan Singh, 45 years of age. Yeah. Charan Singh. Yeah, and he was caught. Yeah, with smuggling and drugs and immigration. Yeah.
And
this man was caught with the group of them was caught with £70 million in cash and exporting it to I don't know if it's Pakistan or India. Yeah, that's Charan Singh, right? And they got I think they got about something like so if they got 70 years in imprisonment.
What?
But that was between
That's
yeah, but
between
that
all
was
of
the
them.
gang of 16 people.
Oh,
gang of
okay,
16
okay,
people.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
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 But and there's another one. There's another man. Yeah, his name is let's write down his name. I think his name is Kiwa Rahimpur.
Mm-hmm.
Kiwa Rahimpur. Yeah, 30 years of age.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
and he was doing the same thing.
Mm.
Drugs and immigrations. They said he's involved in almost in bringing almost over 10,000 people into the country. Yeah, but here's the joke. He's 30 years of age. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
30, you know, 30.
The estimation amount of money that he accumulated, it says almost 50 million pounds.
Mm-mm.
Not dollars.
Mm.
50 million pounds. Yeah, and he was given 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 11 years. And here, so when we look at when we analyze this, what are we doing in the community? Why we don't have shops and businesses? This is one of the reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of money that these people are making here on the dark side, yeah, we can't compete with that.
No.
The little money we're putting together from our little 9 to 5, or we can't compete with this. And this is the reason why you have an influx of people in our communities taking over, buying up properties, yeah, and setting up shop. Because we know already, so some of these businesses don't have the customers. So go on.
Don't go away. You just want to say we can compete.
I think so as well. I think we can compete.
That's the reason why we set up the African Cooperative Union, so that we can unite. If we're willing to unite, stop separating ourselves.
Right, hold on. Let me just interject here. And I'm going to bring in a new caller onto it as well. There is legal way, and there's the other way. Right? Let me tell you something now. The other way is a different kettle of fish, right?
Can I just finish though?
Yes, Ken. Yeah, go ahead.
But I want to mention to you 4 brothers here. The recent news here. The case been going on for like about 3-4 years. I can't remember. But it's 4 young men. I know they did something stupid. Yeah, they did a burglary. Yeah, and it went wrong. And one of the individuals got wet. Yeah, he got wet. Right, and they tied up the man. And but obviously didn't tie him up good enough. They got away. And within I don't know, a mile down the road, police nabbed them, all 4 of them. Boom, boom, boom. Long story short, 3 of them get 11 years. 1 of them get 2 months service, community service, something like that. But here I said, 3 of them get catch here. Sorry, 4 of them get catch. 3 of them that was in the house got 11 years each.
That's right.
11 years each. And the 3 of them is like 2 of them is black and 1 is like Indian, Pakistani. Yeah. So in the when you're comparing the sentences of individuals, that man made 50 million pounds. Yeah, and that's the amount that they're caught him with. And when you come to three men, yeah, I know you could include the violence in it, yeah, and aggravated assault. I don't know, yeah, but they got 11 years each, and that man that accumulated 50 million pounds got 11 years. So you see the madness, and then we wonder why the prisons are packed out with young black men. And these black politicians, yeah, why are they not addressing this problem, this issue?
Right,
this has to be addressed.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, bring in the other caller, because I think this is a conversation which, for me, I don't think I know enough information. So the news is going to report what it wants to report. So you've got different groups of people getting different sentences for different crimes. So without knowing greater detail,
fair enough.
I'm going to be making an assumption. So if I start with the point that what both of them are doing is wrong, but if I'm thinking about my freedom, I can't concentrate on what somebody else is doing. I can't use that as a barometer to saying good, bad, or indifferent. My barometer is my internal compass, my thought process to say, how can I help my family, my friends, my community? What can I do to serve my community, rather than thinking about, because sometimes, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, sometimes you need to cut people off because they're on a different trajectory from you. I don't know the full circumstance between those three young men, and I recognize what you said in terms of the prisons being filled with black men, and there are a number of them that shouldn't be there for the length of time and or at all. But again, I don't know enough about that in order to make any
Okay,
further comments.
okay. Well, put aside the last story I mentioned about the four young black men. Put aside that story. Forget that story. But the two first stories that I mentioned, yeah, this is how certain communities are establishing themselves in this country. Yeah, call it legal or illegal. They've set up shop and they're doing certain things. This is facts. Yeah, when you're comparing 170 million, 150 million, when we're talking about these astronomical amounts of money being accumulated by individuals, yeah, we can't compete. That's why they've got doctors, nurses, solicitors, barristers setting up shops. You know what I'm saying? And within the space of like 30 years, 40 years, and we've been here before them. So then, what we're lazy? We're lazy.
So then my reasoning then, if I start with the premise that I can't compete, then I might as well sit down on a park bench. I'm not starting from that space.
But I understand what you're saying, but that response that's not really the response the community wants to hear. It's just something I put out there to show you. Say this is why we have a difficulty competing.
But is that
why it's difficult competing?
But is that the reason why?
It's not that we can't compete, but this is one of the reasons why it's very difficult to compete with people that are making that type of money. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then again, we have to look at our status as the consumers as well. Yeah.
True.
Right, because remember, if we're a minority percentage of the nation and people are still getting wealthy of our contribution to it, then come on now. Okay.
Are you gonna bring in the?
Yeah. Right, we've got another caller. 6234, please. Hello.
Greetings and afternoon.
Greetings.
Grand Rising Day, we say.
Grand Risings. Even though it's gone past the midday.
Yes, absolutely. Grand Rising Day and journeying around the sun. Yes, journeying the days moving around the sun. Yes?
Yes, that's right.
And greetings to Sister Sandra.
Greetings.
I'm calling, greetings, and the brothers. I'm calling in relation to you talking about the well-being and freedom, and so many different aspects of the top points were raised. One clear analysis that we all know is that, which we haven't really brought it on strongly, it is within the institutions of learning where our children are enrolled in what is so-called, what is said, the government, is that there are multitude of white wing teachers that are employed to destroy our children's motivation.
You're right.
And this is where Brother Akram, moving on, where Brother Akram is speaking about moving the trajectory, right? Where he said that our young people, he made a broad statement, brush them over. Our young people don't want to do certain work, do certain, yeah? Now we must recall that I don't agree with. We must recall that we were young people as well. When Brother Akram speak like this and many others speak like this, it's very concerning. Now, within these institutions, and as you may know, we have been pushed out. The white ring are all the race of Caucasians I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what category they come under, right? From the Iberian Peninsula down. We have a strategic point where we know in geography, which is called, what they call it? The Indian Ocean. I don't want to go into it, but if you understand what I'm saying, the Indian Ocean. Makes a lot of us think. We're thinking, yes? We've been thinking for a long while. And right now, the attack, we can categorize the attack and look at it on the attack that took place with the sister, the young sister. It's because these people have gained confidence and control in the area which we live. And it's been done by the right-wing chief in the borough, the right-wing leader of the borough. When you go inside all the boroughs of London and see the position, we can do the research and see the position that are held in the borough office and in the town halls. We can see who is full of caucaside, controlling where we are, and they're all white-winged. Yes, they don't care about us. And they are there to demise and diminish and fit up and set up our children in every facet of places our children go, where we leave them for the day. Because their brains are sponge and they cannot deal with these adults. These are people who have invaded Africa, the Al-Cable land, over 500 generations, yes? 1,000 generations before, demolish and manganese our total existence. And where we were supposed to be developed, our area, in the last 100 years, they come after us again. White-wing tourism, white-wing pseudoscience economics, populating everywhere we are. Right here in England, here, in Britain, where we are, yes? So-called Britain, England, here where we are. So many of us are educated, especially those who are born here, full skills, and they are not able to get the jobs in these institutions. Right? And we have got to, whichever way we are working on the little benefit, and you talk about homelessness, it's deliberate. We have to get to our African drawing board. And I'm calling out to those Africans who are born in the continent. Your behavior is appalling in Britain because you don't work properly with the Caribbean people of the diaspora, because you don't even come to the reparation march, right? Think about it. You follow the caucaside white wing. So you are even black white wing in your behavior. There is so much we have to look at and address. And I'm very disappointed with their behavior for so long. But from the time we were calling for reparation back in the 90s, they got on the radio and those stations and they cursed us up and this and that and, you name it. And in particular, those out of Nigeria and beyond. But what I'm talking about, it's really, I'm all over the place a little bit, is the white wing. We must address the white wing education, the white wing teachers. We are working to pay. Noticed? They're taking our funds. Our taxes and paying right-wing teachers to demolish the development of our babies in there. It's abuse. Hold on. Victimization.
Jobret. Right. Let me tell you something. Have you noticed, right, the amount of, as you said, right-wing themed programs that them having on television? When they talk
Brother, if I had not, I am not so much in the television, but I am, I don't have time, the mental side, the eco side, the genocide, you name it. I am suffering from it, but I don't have time to really sit there and watch or et cetera. But you listen in between, and both vital and profound is that our communication tools that we have, such as Galaxy, Omega and other station and Genesis and so forth and Street, you name it, from the way back when until today, is informing us of what's going on. Your work, brothers, is so great because it's mostly the men who our African men who present this program and our African men who have the time to call in, and when we're able to listen to, and our sisters who are capable, some are capable. We say praises be for them, for those who are capable, who have done the great work. Some of them are ancestors and they've gone on, right? But yes, we know what is going on. It is clear, and as it is said that it's a reversal. So we have to be clear as what is going on. Seeing the verb and the adjective. And we can't polish it up no other way. We have to see what it is. We have been invaded. White wing marriage is taking place where our African men, African females are getting married to white wing in relationship and infiltrating our community. They feel as though they're in this goody thing, and then they bring them down to those who have money. So there is a lot of analyzation there.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to take them down, right?
Mm.
And they can't really come back to invest in our communities. Yes, they can if they want to. But what they do, they go off with a mixed race Asian girl or mixed race one whose parents are very, very, very white wing, because not all mixed relationships is akin to leaning towards the side of truth and righteousness. It is leaning to the right wing. And if you notice, you don't see them on reparation march. If you notice, you are, and there is
I would say, right, even for this. Like the demonstration, for instance, let me pull it back to the demonstration. This of what we're doing down in Peckham, right? And I'm sure that person there who was attacked, right? I haven't heard any commentary from her directly. I haven't come across anything from her directly, right? I've heard of statements around her, but for her to come directly and say to us, she appreciates our support or anything like that. I haven't heard anything of this thing yet. Yeah. But in saying that, it's the act of what's happened. It's the act of what's happened because I'm sure that there are many who do go down to that shop who probably wouldn't even pay attention to us anyhow as the Galaxy family. Yeah. Right. So therefore, we have to be mindful of that as well, of the backlash of everything that's all too. Yeah.
Yes, I hear you. However, it's a very traumatic experience. It's a very traumatic situation for anyone to experience, and to have I call him the strangler, right? It is me who said he's a strangler, right? The strangler.
The strong
action.
Yeah. That is the main purpose of what I feel that demonstration is there for me, and yeah.
Yes. So our thought goes out to the sister, and there is more analyzation inside the video, the recording, and give thanks to the young one who recorded that.
Mm-hmm.
There's more analyzation in it that needs to be brought forward. That's of what has taken place. But going back to what I was saying before, is that the right-wing teachers are within the institution, affecting our children.